You'll be doing a short one-pot synthesis of Bupropion, which is a well-known pharmaceutical. This one pot, or in one flask synthesis, gives you an average yield of 80% with a 98% pure product, which is more pure and a higher yield and also faster than the original published procedure. First, you'll be adding bromine and dichloromethane to your ketone, Propropion phenone. This will undergo an alpha bromination. So in the general procedure, the bromine will add to the alpha position of your ketone, and your number 2 compound that you will form is 2-bromo 3'-chloropropionphenone. This you will then add T-butylamine and NPM, or N-methylpyridinone, where the T-butylamine will undergo a SN2 displacement of the Br, which will then give you your 2-T-butylamino 3'-chloropropionphenone. This is just the salt of this will give you the hydrochloric salt of your. You will be obtaining a 50 milliliter round bottom flask from your drawer. You'll be putting 1 gram of N-chloropropionphenone into the round bottom flask and clamp it onto your station. You'll be putting a magnetic stir in the round bottom flask and adding 5 milliliters of dichloromethane. You will stir this until the solution is dissolved. Then you'll be placing an addition funnel on the flask. You will put 6 milliliters of a 1 molar solution of bromine in dichloromethane in the funnel and add a few drops to the flask. If the reaction does not begin immediately, you'll be able to tell this by the color of the bromine. Warm the flask briefly with your hand or warm water bath. Once the reaction begins, you will see that the color of bromine will slowly lighten, and the flask should be placed in an ice bath. The bromine solution can now be added dropwise to the flask with stirring. See, you'll need to rub the round bottom flask with your hands to warm the solution in order for the color to turn a lighter yellow. As you can see, this is the light yellow color that the bromine will turn when you're ready to add it dropwise. Now you'll place the bromine solution on ice. You can use your wave boat as an ice bath so that it can stay on the stir plate with your stir bar still going in the solution. Now you'll be adding the bromine solution dropwise to the flask with the continued stirring. After each drop, you will need to make sure that the color of the bromine has disappeared before you add another drop. After you're done adding the bromine solution, you will need to distill this solution. Be ready with your heating mantle to change it from your hot plate to the heating mantle with sand. Also, make sure that you have your transformer plugged in and ready to go. Once you're finished adding the bromine solution, you'll remove the addition funnel and set up for distillation. Before you begin the distillation, make sure that you add a few boiling chips to the solution. You can see that your thermostat is on and that the solution is now boiling. The temperature will rise and you can see distillate going through the condenser and being collected in your graduated cylinder. Remember to close the hood and stay away from it while it distills, since there will be dichloromethane vapors escaping from the distiller. And as you can see, the solvent, dichloromethane, has begun to distill, and they're beginning to be collected in the graduated cylinder. A total of 10 milliliters will be collected due to evaporative loss. The temperature of the distillate should rise to 40 degrees Celsius, which is the boiling point of dichloromethane, and then fall when the dichloromethane stops distilling. So be sure to look for when the graduated cylinder has about 10 milliliters of dichloromethane in it, because then you'll need to remove the heat and stop the distillation. As you can see, we've collected only 8 milliliters of our solvent. Although we're supposed to collect 10, the distillation has stopped, and we're left with a dense liquid in the round bottom flask. This means that you should turn off your heat and let it cool. Once it is cooled, you can move on to the next step.